So in the last couple of weeks, there are 4 questions that I keep hearing that people are asking me. And so I thought, I'll address them here. Question number 1, how do you think events will change in the new normal? I have to laugh because what was normal last Tuesday wasn't even normal on that Thursday. Will certainly not be normal on Sunday. So it is changing. But I heard the expression the other day that the country is in an induced coma. That was pretty clever. Because I feel like I'm in an induced coma. My business feels like it's an induced coma. Many companies that I talk to feel that way. So that is perfect. You're in an induced coma. You know, the special event industry, we're looked upon on how we're going to usher in this new change. And so many companies and organizations and conferences and weddings and life celebrations, they're all counting on us to usher in this new change. How do we do that? Well, I thought about this and I've been on many webinars and talked to many people in the industry. And I truly believe, and as do they, is that technology is going to take front and center. Yeah. You know, the country, especially today, has become really tech savvy with Zoom and webinars and Facebook Live and House Party and all kinds of things. So I think it's only natural that we have these hybrid type events, live and digital. I mean, think about it. So if the guest count limitations are 50 people or even 100 people, let's say 50 people, and there's this huge fundraiser that usually brings in 1,000 people. How can that happen, especially when these fundraisers need this money? But what if it's a hybrid? So we set up the party for 100 people, which we are allowed to, full-blown band, dance floor, food, everything. But we add the tech to this and have these massive screens where your attendees will call in, they'll get dressed up, and they will be a part of this party. So there's got to be this interchange of, I don't know, I can see it happening. I totally can see it. I'm just having a hard time articulating it. But then the fundraisers they'll be able to do silent auctions and they'll be able to raise their money. How does this work for corporate events? Kind of the same thing. So you're inviting your clients to an open house. You can do it. It's just virtual. You know, I know it sounds odd. It sounds strange. We're not used to that. I get it. But I was talking to Sandy Hammer today and she says, we will change. I mean, remember after 9/11 that we had to walk through this, we're still walking through these radar detectors. I mean, we didn't have that before 9/11, but then after 9/11, we felt like, oh God, this is just like so strange. And now we're used to it. So the world will change and events will change. But one thing that I know is that reopening the country doesn't mean events will go on as usual, like weddings and corporate galas. They won't be fully back until the guests feel safe at events. And that's up to us. We have to make them feel safe at events. You know, we're human, and humans are social creatures. We need to be together. So this is our time for us to create the new normal our way. We have this chance. But if we don't do this, if we don't take the reins on this, then somebody else is going to do it for us. So our community, we need to collaborate together because this is our chance to make these changes. Okay, question number 2. I'm not going like this because I'm still in quarantine. I can't get my nails done. Okay, question number 2. How do you suggest meeting the new expectations of your future clients post-coronavirus? So what we have to do is we have to think about how our customers will change during this. And the way we do this, we have to put ourselves in the client's shoes. What will their needs be? How will they want to communicate? So if I'm putting myself in the shoes and I am meeting with a florist or a designer, anybody, it could be any one of us. So let's say I'm meeting with the florist. I'm going to want to do a Zoom meeting, and I would like her to have her samples there so I could see them and we could talk. I don't want to come into their office. So now we have to make available these type of meetings. So it's on us as business owners and operators to get all this information, make things easy as peasy as possible for our clients to be able to communicate with us. Some clients will want to do over text. Some clients might even want to come in. So you have to make those precautions as well. They want us to make sure that their guests are safe. And how are we going to do that? What is our plan to make your guests safe? And you have to do it. There was a time when we were, selling ourselves, we won awards, we did this, we're so great, blah, blah, blah. That's different. Selling events are different now. Selling events is to make sure that your client feels safe. And you need to let them know what type of precautions that you're doing. Don't be surprised if clients are slow in putting down deposit. They're scared. They don't know if you're even going to be in business. It's been hard. It's hard. We've been talking to many of our clients that host events, and they're in fear of an event that has restrictions, right? Some of their questions are, do my guests have to wear masks? Are they going to be tested before entering? They can't have a dance floor? People can't sit together? So it's our job to be really creative and think, okay, if they really want a seat at dinner, we still have to have the social distancing. We get 72-inch rounds. We put 3 around a 72-inch round, a server, or it could be at some type of table. The guests can come up and pick up a pre-packaged, beautiful box dinner. Yeah. So we have to be creative in the way we're displaying these. What about the dance floor? That's where I call on the musicians and the DJs. We've got to come up with different ways. Is it the way where we say, okay, table number 10, come on up and start dancing, and everybody dances and talks and maybe dances at their tables? I don't know, but we have to be creative, and we have to give these ideas to them. It's our job. All right, question number 3. How are you communicating with the sales team, with any team member, actually? Transparency is key. You need to assure them that you're still overseeing the business and explain what actions you're taking. They're watching the news. They see what's happening. So hear out their questions and ease their worries as needed. I'm sure you've all used Zoom and telephone and Facebook, texting to keep connected, but continue that. Try contests, not always sales related, just fun, different ways to communicate, and create open channels of communication. Leadership is not an inherent talent. It's a skill, which means it can be honed and developed with practice. When leading a company remotely, communication is the name of the game. So stay connected, remain transparent, and always be prepared to step up when needed the most. All right, question number 4. With projected guest counts decreasing at events, what ways do you think that we could recapture the lost income? Well, nothing new, because I've been saying it for years. Upsell, upsell, upsell. We've got to upsell. Now, I don't want you to upsell just to upsell and just sell stuff that they don't want. You got to know your client and you know what their needs are. So we've got to come up with these creative upselling techniques to do. I mean, before it was, oh, well, how about what was those Viennese tables or something? I mean, we need to think of creativity because guest counts will decrease drastically. So, to end, it's natural to feel scared and confused and overwhelmed by the situation. But let's not forget that there cannot be darkness without light. So together as an industry, we are stronger and we are growing closer each and every day. This pandemic creates limitations for all of us, no doubt. This industry works on limitations every day, right? You guys, we turn things on a dime every single day. And we can reinvent the events industry. We can create a space to take action, reflection, and invention. Let's take the opportunity when they appear. We all handle it in different ways. You have a choice.